Anytime America has a debate on just about any issue, you can count on one thing. Al Sharpton's going to show up. What's he going to say? He's going to call his opponents racist. President Trump's tweets about Baltimore were, needless to say, no exception to that rule.
He has a particular venom for blacks and people of color. He doesn't refer to any of his other opponents or critics as infested. He's playing a race divisive card.
He's playing a racial division card. Well, when Al Sharpton tells you that, you know you're living in a cartoon world. Nobody sows racial division more than Al Sharpton has. He's done it for 40 years. It's gotten people killed, actually. They won't tell you that on NBC's website. And that's why we are happy to have tonight David Webb. He's the host of Reality Check on Fox Nation. He knows a lot about Al Sharpton's history. We're happy to see him.
Great to see you,
David, thanks for coming on. So when you hear Al Sharpton accuse someone else of race baiting, what's your response?
Well, there are several responses, and many I will never repeat on this channel or I won't have a job. But this is beyond ridiculous. This is dangerous. And this is the thing about Al Sharpton that we should understand. You mentioned his history. This is someone who started out with Tawana Brawley. This is someone who went to Crown Heights and stoked the fires of anti-Semitism. Someone who went to Ferguson in 2014, did a press conference and left, never went back. Someone who had a Freddie Gray summit in 2015. When's he been back to Baltimore? I would bet he has come back today. That's it. But I want to use a quote that really sums him up. And Tucker, you know I like history, and I want to get this one right, and I want people to pay attention. Booker T. Washington said, there is a certain class of race problem solvers who don't want the patient to get well because as long as the disease holds out, they have not only an easy means of making a living, but also an easy medium through which to make themselves prominent before the public. That is Al Sharpton. I don't think Booker T. Washington could even have imagined the depths of degradation to which Al Sharpton will go to. The candidates for years, Democrats, who have kissed the ring of Al Sharpton in the window at Sylvia's in Harlem, and I would ask the black people in this country, or anyone who follows Al Sharpton, what has he produced in the form of solutions after those decades of photo ops? Al Sharpton is a chief race baiter, hate pimp in this country. There's not a doubt in anyone's mind if you're logical about it.
So why are Republicans so easily intimidated? What would your message be to them? You're not going to change Al Sharpton. He's got a great gig. Off camera, as you know, he's a cheerful, amusing guy. He gets the joke. But on camera, he has this amazing ability to intimidate the hell out of Republicans. What would you say to them?
I would say to the Republicans what I've said for years: stop being so risk-averse and afraid to get into a combat situation with Al Sharpton. Unless you take on the race pimps, unless you take on the haters, and you produce results for those communities, go into those communities, work with the black community. They've failed for many years. They've gotten better, certainly under President Trump, who said, hey, what the hell do you have to lose? And went into those communities. And I would say to the president, continue to go there. Look at Dr. Carlson. You just had him on. He's done great things from Liberty Square to Detroit to many of the opportunity zones, the Envision centers, produce results. And to the politicians, Tucker, you and I have seen this for too many years, risk-averse politicians who sit around and come up with carefully couched statements to try and walk it off to go to the next things. We need fighters for the American people, fighters for American values and the promise in our Declaration of Independence, and we back that up in our Constitution. If that's not your strongest fighting point as a politician, get out of Washington.
That's exactly right. If Al Sharpton intimidates you, get another gig. Go hang vinyl siding or do something useful. Get out of politics. David Webb, great to see you tonight. Thank you for that.
Thank you.